Diaries of Little Larry, age 13, Part 3. These stories are exactly as I had written in my diary, I just may have changed some people's names. Dear Diary, guess what? We're in Queensland. We flew over last night. When we were taking off, I was sort of scared, but the city lights were so beautiful. I was too amazed to be scared. Then when we turned, the plane tipped sideways and it was so cool, like soaring in the air like an eagle. I think I like flying at night better because you know you won't miss anything and you can look down into the blackness and either scare yourself silly or imagine what would be underneath you. It was so cool. I just prayed when we were going down and it was all okay except the wheels touched the runway and I jumped heaps. Mum thought it was funny. Today we're going to Australia Zoo with Toby, Whoopi's friend, who I might not like very much because he drinks VB. Dear Diary, it's about 4 o'clock and we're back from the Steve Irwin Zoo. It was the best. It was heaps cool. The tigers were the best. I want to be a tiger trainer. Apparently when they were cubs, their trainers slept with them. Toby was okay, but I don't like him very much. P.S. I could live at the zoo. Dear Diary, I had so much fun at Catherine's. When I first got there, all the girls came running out all dressed up and I was scared. Actually, I was almost crying and wanted to go home, but I'm glad I didn't. I was really shy, but the girls and Catherine were really nice and took me how I was. We played some games like Pass the Parcel, which I got a teddy bear and a packet of M&Ms. Then we did the murder mystery. It was really cool, even though I got it wrong. They are a great bunch of girls up here, way better than the Adelaide lot. If I was going to stay here, it would be because of the girls. We all slept downstairs in 2 rooms. The next day, Sunday, we were all late for the meeting, which is in Catherine's house. It was a good meeting though. Then in the afternoon after lunch, we fed each other ice cream and got ice cream all over our faces. Then we got in sleeping bags and slid down the stairs. Then Charlotte featured in a film, with Catherine as the filmer, on tips to catch hot guys. The 2 12-year-old boys were the hot guys. It was so funny. I love the kids here. Dear Diary, guess what? I had the best surprise tonight. I thought that only Adrian and Agnes were coming for tea, but it turns out my pen pal Elisa from Latvia is here as well along with her family. They showed up on the front doorstep and I saw them and I was like, oh, I practically went into shock. Anyway, Elisa and her sister are so pretty and the family is so nice. I was so shy, I didn't speak much, just grinned. Well, I'm so excited I can't talk properly. I took them up to my school and showed them the school. I had to set more places at the table because I'd only set it for 4 people. I've had a double whammy because just recently I spoke to Chelsea on the phone and then I met Elisa. This is a new diary. Read my previous one if you need to be kept up to date. Basically, I'm in year 8 going on to year 10, skipping year 9. Dear Diary, tonight I was talking to Whoopi on the phone and he told me, but he made me promise that I wouldn't tell anyone, that he had a girlfriend. A girlfriend! He's moved to Queensland to start over and he goes and gets a stupid girlfriend? I was so shocked that I started crying. The 3 kids were all listening and afterwards Ned told me that I have guts to talk to Whoopi like I did and he was so nice. He asked me if I was okay and if I wanted a drink or anything. Philip was so nice and helped me too. Dear Diary, I still sleep in Mum's bed. It's not completely because I'm scared. I think it's also because I need to know that Mum's safe and I don't want anything to happen to her. And Whoopi still hasn't told her yet. That's so annoying. He's offering to get me heaps of stuff though. He's trying to buy me, but I'm not complaining. May as well make the most of it. That's better than being depressed all the time. Dear Diary, it was Mum's birthday today. Today I saw my pen pal again. We had a picnic lunch in the Botanic Gardens and walked around the gardens. Then we went and had an ice cream and there were some very scary guys there. They were fully bogans. They were drunk or something. Anyway, I'm happy to get to know her more. She came home with Mum and I and the others came later. We had fun, playing carom and then sat around the table and I showed them photos of my biological parents. Dear Diary, on Friday I finished school. Finished year 8 and 9 forever. Yay. Then I went to Strathalbyn for Carols by Candlelight. On Saturday, I went to Kangaroo Island with Adrian and Agnes and my pen pals. We had heaps of fun. First, we went to Paul's place. Paul is a weird man. He has a criminal record. But anyway, there was a huge group of tourists there and we got to see heaps of different animals. Then we went and saw the Remarkable Rocks and the Admiral's Arch and Vivon Bay, the best beach nationwide. We climbed all over the rocks and Rudolph was so funny. The boat ride to Kangaroo Island was choppy and rough, but on the way back it was good and me and Raita and Elisa had heaps of fun trying to balance on the top deck on one leg, and we were hopping around and some Chinese people came and joined us. It was funny. Then they asked me to take their photo for them, but I asked Raita to do it. Then they wanted me in the photo, so I dragged Eliza along too. Then when we were going, we waved, and I was about to get in the car and they waved. Funny stuff. Then we went to Liz and Karen's and saw Braden's hut. He has the cutest kittens. One is called Edna and the other one is Dennis. Dear Diary, yesterday was a heaps long day. I got up at 5 and we drove to Lisa's house and then drove with her to Venus Bay, and we're here now. I'm sharing a 3-man tent with Chloe. I have no idea why it's called a 3-man tent because there's only just enough room for 2 girls and a fully grown man would never be able to stand up in it. It's okay here, but not many my age. Dear Diary, I've had a pretty awesome time at Venus Bay. As you know, there was heaps of friends here and I was staying in Chloe's tent. It was really hot and windy, so we're all up at Anthea's cabin watching TV. Then I went to get my glasses and on the way back, I saw Ruth walking with a bag. So I ran and caught up with her and we started walking up the hill. Then she stopped and said she was out of breath and told me to keep going and that she would catch up. I didn't think it was anything serious, but I waited with her anyway. I felt a bit rude if I walked off. So after a bit, we kept on going and she stopped again outside the cabin. I was about to go inside. I opened the front door and then realizing that she had stopped, I closed it again and waited. I have no idea why I waited, but it was a good thing I did. She came up and I held the door open for her and went into the lounge. Then next thing, she had fainted. Luckily, there was 2 nurses, Diane and Gabrielle, and they found that her pulse had stopped and they gave her CPR or mouth-to-mouth resuscitation until the ambulance came. I also remember that before she came in the front door, I asked her what was wrong and she said she was okay, but these were her exact words. I just have to keep going and pray my heart won't give up on me. I think she said it seriously, but I didn't take it that seriously until she fainted. So now she's being flown to Adelaide for more tests. Well, I'm going to pray about everything now. Dear Diary, Christmas is over and Mum and I are on the way home from Venus Bay. We're taking Auntie Hilda with us. Jess was saying that she ripped up all her old diaries when she read them again because they were all about guys she used to like. She sounded a lot like me. Maybe all girls are kind of the same. Jess said that she used to meet people and talk to them and then think that she liked them all the time. Like meet one guy and then like him and then meet another guy and like him. She said when she was 12, she went out with someone and that was just smiling at each other in the meetings and stuff. And then when she was 14, she went out with someone else and they used to write letters to each other until one day his dad rang her parents and said she couldn't go out with him because they were cousins. Then at 16 she started going out with her husband. She met him when she was 15 and found out that he liked her for a year without her knowing. She realized she liked him when she walked into a room and their eyes met and she just felt it. She said that to let someone know that you like them, you have to catch their eye and smile. She said, I'll know when I meet the right guy. It could be someone I already know and it's good to be friends with that guy first. Well, I'm only 13, nearly 14. Okay, this car is making me write really bad. The road is bumpy. Dear Diary, I have so much to tell you. I'm in the car now on the way to Auntie Rahini's house. How boring. Okay, these are the main major things that happened at Venus Bay. Auntie Hilda fell over on the jetty and Mum and Diane found her being helped back by a young couple. Auntie Ruth passed out and they lost her pulse. The CFS came before the ambulance and got her stabilized. Then the ambulance took her to hospital. A family with 3 kids came and we made friends with Kelly, a girl our age. They left on Saturday, thankfully, because I was getting sick of her. Chloe left again on Friday. She said she doesn't like Venus Bay. She thinks it's boring there. Tristan, Jaden and Janir left on Saturday. That was sad because I liked Janir and Jaden. They were nice and funny. We saw heaps of dolphins. They swam around our boat and I went out on the jet ski and they swam near it. It was so cool. I made friends with Kalia. She's 8. She's so funny and cute little girl. She made up the coolest song. Christmas Eve there was carols by candlelight and the priest there made a mockery of everything. Christmas there had heaps loud music all night. We had a big yummy lunch. And that ends the diaries of little Larry, age 13. Bye!